All right, and we are here for the A3K podcast. You are watching us either on the YouTubes, on anime3000.com, or if you're one of the cool people, you're watching us live. And I'm Sean Russell, but before we move forward, I have something to announce. We, as a group, are excited to announce that David Majors is going to be taking over hosting duties for the A3K
What?
podcast moving
Whoa,
forward.
whoa, 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 whoa,
News to
whoa,
you.
whoa,
News to you.
whoa.
Hey,
Wait, what?
that's what happens. That's what happens
No,
when you're not in the room. We plot and we plan and we give
Might
you
need to check that memo.
we did TPS report.
I guess that's the last time I signed something I didn't read, I ended up going to Afghanistan for 90 days.
So I'm gonna step back, and I'm a guest on the show. And David, take it away.
Well, without further ado, welcome everybody to the Anime 3000 A3K podcast, powered by anime3000.com. I'm David Majors, your brand new host of this weekly extravaganza on Saturday nights. I'm joined by the fantastic crew at the A3K network. First and foremost, he is the founder and executive producer of anime3000.com, the boss, the incomparable Mr. Sean Russell. Sean, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, David?
Hey, thanks for being on the show, I guess. Oh, God. Next, Miss Jack D. Tyler D. Jack, what is going on? Fantastic hat, by the way. Looking great.
Hello, thanks so much. That's all I've got to say.
Anyone smell ham?
Accent. I love it.
Who's making
Love it.
ham?
I could do
And
better than that.
there's a hint of cheese in the air as well. I'm detecting a
Love
hint of
that.
ham
Love
and
that.
cheese. Two of
It's
my
just a
favorite
good
flavors.
old Liverpool stench. You hear it all the time. You smell it all the time. You hear it because it's so potent.
By George, I think she's got it. But I would be remiss if I did not talk about the gentleman in that fantastic Sonic the Hedgehog 3 hat, Mr. A.W. Brawler. Sir, welcome on the show.
Yes,
God,
yes,
I love
yes.
that hat so much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by now it's official that I'm the coolest Mother Cooper plucker on the planet right now.
And last, but certainly not least,
Sir,
the voice of a generation. He is the host of The Other Side, America's sweetheart, the incomparable, the inimitable Mr. Cody Byer. Cody, what's going on, sir?
nothing much, bitches and bastards and all you sons of something out there in America land and whatever country you're watching this from. But it only matters if you're America or Germany, just because I have a
yeah.
Germany. Otherwise, I don't care about you.
Well, I do, especially all of you in Liechtenstein, where I am a certified cuddler. So shout out to everybody out there in Liechtenstein. Let's just jump right into the best part of the show, in my opinion, my favorite part, the part that Sean affectionately refers to as, what have you been ... dotting? And we'll start off with the boss himself, Mr. #the Sean Russell. What, sir, have you been ... dotting?
Well, I have been ... dotting Parasite because it's been they didn't give me my Parasite last week, and it pissed me off. It made me mad. It made me so mad that I wanted to quit anime. I gave the whole show over to David because they didn't give me my Parasite. That's how pissed
That's
off
what
I
happened.
was.
Shit.
But they gave it back to me.
He was so mad he broke his glasses and he hasn't had a new pair since. Full-on rage quit.
You
But
can't
dude,
give back the show now, Sean. It's too late. He's already got it.
No.
You
Now,
gotta
Sean,
hit the clothes. Just,
But I watched
there is
Parasite.
something.
Go
There is
ahead.
something about Parasite that I want to ask your opinion on. I have been enjoying Parasite too, but there is one thing about Parasite that drives me crazy. That opening theme song. My God, is it terrible? It's
And
an awful song.
it's basic screamo, right?
Yeah, and it's a disgrace. It's a damn shame for such an enjoyable show to have such a musical abortion of an opening theme song. It's so bad.
Might I direct you to
So bad.
Watamote?
Watamotes is done satirically, though.
I mean, well, by their logic, does that mean you also hate Death Note Season 2 opening?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, man, I love that one, but okay.
Death Note Season 2 opening is cool because it's different than any other anime opener, but as a song, it's... Maximum the Hormone sucks monkey nuts, and we as a fandom need to just accept this. Maximum the Hormone is god-awful. So let's stop acting like they're cool because, hey, Japan did Screamo, isn't it cool? That's like something...
You might need to let Akira Toriyama know. You might need to let Akira Toriyama know that.
That F song was the only good song they ever did, and even then it's just kind of
They're not going away anytime soon. They've latched themselves onto that sweet, sweet Dragon Ball T.
Oh,
They're
God.
not going anywhere.
Well, that's the only tolerable song they did, so if it's the only song from them we end up hearing for the next 10 years, at least it's that and not Billy in Despair.
I would
You
say
know
as a
the remix to Cha-La Head Cha-La is coming, right?
Sparky!
That'll be funny. It won't be good music, but it'll be certainly amusing.
It
You know,
certainly
as a-
will. Speaking of amusing, Jack D. Tyler D., what have you been ...
I didn't even finish, but that's okay.
Too bad.
John Russell.
Remove it.
It's all about Parasite for you. There's nothing else for you. That's all you get.
Be honest.
I have been dotting a sentence that I don't know how to finish because I am a small child who provides background noise in an anime podcast. I played
Jack,
Don't Starve.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you as I'm taking up the hosting duties. Thank you for taking up the dotting duties. Thank you.
Good. Okay, so I started playing Don't Starve first time.
Begins.
What
What I
Jack
was
was
doing
trying
with
to
it
say
was,
is that she's well on her way through her remix album with T-Pain. And
Oh,
when
it's
Jack comes back,
definitely
AW, Frankie Max, what have you been dotting?
Well, as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I finally got back into the Pokemon competitive scene, and actually just yesterday I started my Wander Trade show because if you know anything about the game, I breed and make a lot of Pokemon, so I get on live and just trade everything away. So I've been doing my Wander Trade and diving headfirst to the new anime for this season.
Do you do the shinies? Is that a thing?
Yes, those are actually the ones that every new subscriber ends up getting one. Like this week,
Nice.
I ended up giving away 5 shiny Charmanders.
Nice. Very good. I've learned a little bit about the shinies recently from a friend of mine. And I guess that's the thing now. Even though, G Gundam did the whole shining finger thing.
Shinies
way
are
back.
basically just every Pokemon has an alternate color palette that's rare, and there you go.
Kind of like that's shades of Malibu Stacy and her new hat.
I mean, it doesn't really do anything, but it's cool to look at. Like,
I hack.
Kids
so
at home, ask your older brothers.
It harkens back to the time when choose your favorite color was all you really needed for a character trait to latch onto.
Yeah.
The old days.
My favorite
Yeah,
Let's
I
try
like
it
color.
again.
I just love the
Jack,
fact that this color
let's give it
turns
another try.
Okay, I played Don't Starve for the first time, and I starved on my first night because I don't know shit about this game. After that, I keep going insane because I don't know which flowers to pick to not go insane. So I picked the evil ones because I'm mentally self-destructive. Made a little ditty based on a point-and-click called Edna and Harvey that I really enjoy. It's originally German. It has a really awesome translation, despite what the reviews might say. And I'm still plugging away on that Capcom Unity illustration, so that's going on because I'm getting my Darkstalkers on.
All right, very good. Cody Blyer, sir.
Hi.
What have you been dotting?
Well, for aside from being sick as a doll, I don't know what voodoo priestess I pissed off. But as the new year turned, I got a violent cold and simultaneously a massively painful knot in my back muscles. So I spent the better part of the week, I've only been better for the last 2 or 3 days. and I'm
It
still.
was probably all of the Wolfkin and the Foxkin you ticked off from the most recent episode of The Other Side.
Well, they can kiss my ass because foxes are not in fact wolves. No
Well,
matter, it doesn't matter what Mamoru Hosoda tries to tell you. Foxes are not wolves.
Actually, you weren't supposed to find out yet, but I guess I can tell you. That's the first stage of the Death Note. I kind of put your name in there to test it out. Sorry about that.
Ah, fuck. Well, at least he's not going to have to worry about those shitty animatronics over at the Chuck E. Cheese.
Do you at least have like erasable ink? 'Cause,
I can try and see if that works. If not, I can just
here's a real question. Can you put whiteout in a Death Note? Anybody out there join the conversation, as they say.
Sure you
Use
could.
the hashtag A3K.
What's there?
Use the hashtag A3K101. Can you put whiteout in a Death Note to keep someone from dying?
I submit that if Light had whiteout, then he would have been able to continue writing everybody's name in the finale.
Probably not, because if you could, they would have done that. And Frank, it's your funeral because you put my name in the Death Note. When I drop dead, you're gonna have a very, very pissed and psychotically angry Leanne Williams hunting you down like an animal.
You just said her
Who
name.
did this?
You're not supposed to say their name. Now he can write her name down in the Death Note. Don't you know the rules?
All I remember was something.
Oh, the rules. You're not allowed to interfere with true love.
Trust
Wasn't
me.
there something about apples? I remember apples.
The rules, you're not allowed to interfere with true love. You can't win a competition. You can't never mind.
Well, anyway, so I dealt with that voodoo curse.
And it only lasts for 30 minutes, something like that.
And now I'm trying to catch up on my work. I actually have a Cloud Scratcher page right off screen that I was drawing during the pre-podcast meeting.
Well, Cody, you can get back to drawing, and we're going to jump into the big 2 news stories.
Fine, I don't get to finish it. All right, cool. This is
No,
how you
you
run
don't.
things.
Right.
Don't tell what they've been
Box
done.
didn't get to finish.
Rapid fire.
Lots of goofy jokes about Death Notes. Sure, okay.
Rapid fire. Shenanigans aplenty. But there was one marginally decent story in the news this week. It was announced that actress Scarlett Johansson, most notable for playing Natasha Romanoff in The Avengers, and of course the cinema classic Lucy, has been tagged.
Cinema classic?
Yes, the cinema classic Lucy, the 5-star, critically acclaimed classic
Lucy.
Lucy.
For a minute, okay.
Lucy, the science abortion that we never wanted.
Continue.
Has been tagged to be the lead in an upcoming live-action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell.
I'm done.
I'm happy for her. I'm not happy about the people who are giving all that shit about, oh, it has to be Asian because everything has to be Asian because Glorious Nippon. But I'm also not happy about Lucy. I'm not happy that you brought up Lucy, David. You have not made me happy because there is an ungodly amount of unscience in that movie.
Go on. See, that's Lucy right now, cutting Jack off.
Look, I don't know what I don't know whether this is good or bad news to the rest of the fandom because I don't listen to them because I don't value their opinions. But all I can do is hope that they take a page out of Standalone Complex's book and not the movies and not the original manga because they're doo-doo butter. But if this is more...
Come on, Cody. You don't have an appreciation for 4 minutes of dead silence instead of actual written dialogue?
If he had an appreciation for that, he'd keep watching Evangelion non-ironically.
I can't get past the fact that they got her playing in the Ghost in the Shell movie. Now I'm scared for the Death Note movie that I heard was coming. So
that's probably going to be like Zac Efron, just so you know.
They could. I'm not gonna lie. They
probably get Taylor Lautner to play Ale or something stupid.
They could pull this off. They could pull this off. I mean, it's just Tom Clancy meets Blade Runner. That's really what Standalone Complex is. So if they do, and there's plenty of Tom Clancy movies, so if they do pull that off, they can pull off a Ghost in the Shell movie. Just, again, don't make it like the dumbass movies and manga and make it a good futuristic
The
political.
manga was sexy.
The manga,
Saucy.
there's nothing sexy about the manga. Whatever that guy, Masamune Shiro, I think. Yeah, he can't draw the human form because everybody in his manga is just doing this all the time. Everybody's made of spaghetti and is really scared about everything. So, if that's sexy to you, I mean, go watch.
One thing that may redeem this movie for me is if they have Tachikoma. They have to have the Tachikomas on here.
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna have Tachikoma.
Oh,
And
they
they
will.
must have the funny voices that I like from the show.
Action figures.
They gotta sell this movie somehow.
They'll probably
gotta
tone
get
down
something
the
out of
goofy voice to a degree. I get the feeling they'll be high pitched, but they'll also be filtered, so it sounds like a computer voice.
Now, did they did they mention who's going to be directing this, or they didn't really talk about that?
It is the same guy that did Snow White and the Huntsman. So take that for what it's worth.
That was not a bad movie. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
I tell you this, by default, it's going to be better than Chappie.
Oh God.
That knockoff RoboCop they got there.
I kind of want to see Chappie. I do. I kind of want to see Chappie because it was directed by the same guy that did District 9. And I love District 9, so I'm obligated to give Chappie a chance. Also,
Chappie.
At least it's not Chris Nolan, because that would make me really sad, because he'd just rape everything. Think about
Chappie
it.
is essentially, Cody, District 9 with a little bit of RoboCop.
A whole lot of RoboCop.
Never even heard of it. And I'm going to pretend I didn't hear a negative word about Christopher Nolan.
I like the movies. I'm just kind of tired of what he does.
I'm not... Hey,
Neither am I. Christopher
Christopher
Nolan can do no wrong.
More things and make them awesome. Okay.
Christopher Nolan can do no wrong. But
He does
Sean, I
stuff sometimes, but it's not bad.
I just want to make a preemptive pitch to you, Sean, later on when the Ghost in the Shell movie does come out. I suggest that A.W. Jack and I do like a riff tracks of the Ghost in the Shell live action movie. Because this could potentially be like Dragon Ball Evolution bad.
Why would you do this to me? Why are you volunteering me for this shit?
Because I
Someone on this
love
network
it.
had the idea to do riff tracks. I wonder if anybody on this network has done that before. I wonder
Nobody.
if anybody
Not
else
ringing a
has
bell.
done that before.
I'm
think so.
not doing anything.
Not ringing a bell. Guys,
Certainly not anybody who's gonna put a dead Batman head in my bed for saying shit.
I'm not surprised.
Awkward
Next
silence.
Back in my sweat.
It really was.
next story. Let's go to Twitter, shall we? Because apparently there was a voice actress that got some Twitter harassment. Oh no!
And folks, this is actually Twitter harassment.
And she took this as just so seriously. The poor girl, Satomi Akesuka. She reported the Twitter harassment to the police, guys, because Twitter is so awful.
Here's the
Twitter's
thing.
serious business.
Here's the thing. Now, we hear harassment a lot on Twitter from thin-skinned little college boys and girls who can't take any negativity or criticism because they were sheltered their whole lives. But this lady actually might have at least some case because some guy was apparently sending her some fucked up images, and knowing how crazy fans are in Japan, I don't doubt that it was a picture of his dick. So she reported into the cops, and so I'm fine with that. That's actual harassment. See, I don't know if y'all know out there. That's actual harassment. See, if you look in the dictionary, you might find that harassment has a definition, and it's not "mommy, he said mean things to me." The stuff like this.
What is that defined as, Cody?
Unsolicited dick pics. That's actual harassment. So she might have an actual point here. I don't know exactly what it was, but knowing, this is Japan, this is the land of the cum handshake, so I don't doubt that it was
What?
Oh,
the cum
Oh
hand.
God,
Do you not
I
know?
never heard of that.
Do you not know?
That's some kind of new
Heard of
band.
everything
no,
but
Cody, I have dessert waiting for me. Don't do this.
Oh, I'm doing
Well,
this.
it's not dessert.
You see, as you may know, there's a little group that is trying to murder music called AKB48, and one of the members of AKB48 was doing a meet and greet with some fans, and one guy had spooged on his own hand and then went to shake the idol lady's hand.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend you didn't just
Why?
ban AK before it, but whatever.
Because it's Japan, that's why. You think you know nerds? You think you know otaku? You know shit. They have nerds over there that make our nerds look like jocks.
The nerds could beat them up.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Nothing
sure.
about that. Nothing
Yeah, just
about
go.
that makes sense. Just in so many different ways. I mean, you put semen in your hand before shaking her hand.
Yes,
but
he
then
had his
you
own
don't
semen
have
in
that
his hand.
after shaking, and then you go home, and then you have shaking your hand. But it seems like they're doing it backwards. Nothing about this makes sense.
He had his own semen in his hand, and he wanted to shake her hand so that her hand would be in his semen. This is not the first time a Japanese otaku has done something involving semen.
How did nobody
I think
see that?
Japan
Hopefully he
needs
didn't
to
do that
have
in the crowd.
Oh no, they did.
education
They stopped
on-
him. He didn't
Okay.
tag up in the line. He had his semen ready to go. He had prepared for this moment.
Okay, because if he was in line and nobody saw that, something wrong.
Either that,
I
or
wouldn't
right.
put it past them.
hand job. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it
All
past
right,
anybody
it's
to
time
not
for another
avoid-
pitch.
Okay.
It's time for another pitch. We need to have someone make an anime that explains insemination to otaku. We need to have some kind of little moe character that can politely and innocently
No, I'm pretty
and
sure they're aware because
unconfrontationally explain where semen is supposed
I'm pretty
to go.
sure they're aware
Granted,
because
they probably
every
never
other-
will have that opportunity. They probably never will have that opportunity. But they should at least have some kind of basic understanding of biology.
I'm pretty sure they
David?
do because every other doujin ends in an X-ray shot of a uterus
Oh,
getting filled up. So I'm pretty sure they've been taught where the semen goes by every other porn manga they own.
I am also going to say this. I'm pretty sure that anime already exists, but it's not an anime. It's just that little clip from the vasectomy fuck. It's been a while since I watched the show that Stan got an American Dad. Just, vasectomy! No more babies. That's pretty much it.
John
That's all I
Russell?
need to know.
Yeah.
John Russell, where do you stand on semen in one's hand?
Where do I stand? I stand to the far left. Hi-yo! You see, because you're talking.
I don't get it.
Because he is far away from the wanking hand.
Unless he does it with the right.
That's what he said. He's on the other side of the wanking
Silence.
hand.
Yeah,
He's-
you said, where do I stand on semen in the hand? I said, I stand far away from someone with semen in their hand, because that's not my scene.
Nope, still not getting it. Let's just move on.
What I can gather here by your reactions, you're not fans of the Evangelion movie.
If you explain the joke, there is no joke.
That movie nearly.
He had it right when he explained that it was so fucked up. He just didn't know how extremely fucked up it was.
If we're talking about Evangelion, that movie nearly made me quit anime entirely.
That was your Summer Wars.
Yes, it
That's for the
was.
sake of your appetite. I hope your dessert is not a Cinnabon or anything glazed. Just saying.
I will actively threaten violence towards Hideaki Anno as long as I'm on this podcast. Just
David, you're a man after my own heart.
Standing threat.
My
An
brother.
open threat.
My brother.
My
Thank you,
hand
Cody.
is just
Thank you.
my dessert's just a seam and didn't tell you.
And now that we've found some common ground, some solidarity,
Semen hands.
and now that we've found at least some kind of solidarity, let's all share in each other's pain and misery. The Anime 2015 season is off and running, you guys. And I gave you all a homework assignment. You had no choice but to pick one show that looked like it might be good and one show that might make you want to kick a small child. Sean Russell, which show from the winter 2015 schedule looked all right to you?
Well, there's so many shows. Hold on. That's better. There's so many shows that I want to watch. I didn't go with an obvious one. I went with one that wasn't on my radar, and just from being very superficial and looking at the pictures, Death Parade looked interesting only because the artwork reminded me of Durarara. That's the only reason. And it doesn't have any little kids in school uniforms. It doesn't have people suspended in animation. The people appear to have noses. So all of those signs let me say, hey, let me check it out. And I guess one that makes me want to, what did you just ask me? The one that I want to see, or both of the questions?
The first one is the one that looked good. Now the bad one. The one that makes you want to kick a small baby.
The one that makes you want to kick small baby is Absolute Duo, which is an ecchi romance, full harem, supernatural show.
That's the ecchi romance harem. There you go.
It just looks like a bunch.
I feel compelled to read the bio for this one. I just feel compelled.
All right.
My God, looking at this image, dear God. The story begins with Blaze, a weapon that is the manifestation of a human soul. So, essentially, it's a human. Toru happens to be qualified for this, but for some reason, Blaze is not a weapon, but a shield, blah, blah, blah. There's schools, there's harems, there's ecchi.
Wait, she's a shield?
She's Bella!
She's a shield.
Probably.
She's, okay.
She's not a weapon. She's not a weapon, but she's a shield. But
did they not play with Goofy in Kingdom Hearts? He fucking got away with it. Fuck.
Weapon? So, Sean, I hope that if you can keep up with this one and let me know how it goes.
Keep up with it? I think you missed the part where I said I want to kick it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would like to know if you can keep me updated on the small babies that you kick from watching this show.
All right, I will do that. You got it, dude.
Thank you. Cody Blair, sir.
I cheated. My picks, I just picked two good ones because everything else was shit. And it's obvious.
What was the shittiest?
That's like asking a mother to pick her favorite child.
And they're all retarded.
Like, look at this list. Oh my god. Like, I could just randomly scroll my bar and find something horrible. Let me just drop here. We got Sabagubu specials. Hey, jumping schoolgirls. And what's this? Greasage Kaiju specials. There's your waifu right there. Fuck off. And it was filled out. Dog days? That's
Cody,
horrible.
I want you to look at one in particular called Military.
Oh yeah, no, I saw military. What the fuck is that? What is that, baby going to war? What the fuck is like? Oh, father with a gun, fucking. This is like that looks like the logical conclusion to Moe. Like Moe has reached its apex. It's just babies.
Ground zero.
But we've reached peak Moe. That's not a bad thing.
Oh, well, it's not a bad thing.
And then there's Kantai
Collection right next to it. I don't know if you know what Kantai Collection is, but it's the dumbest thing on Earth. It's girls based after warships.
Tell me more about
Go on.
It's girls where they have accessories based on all kinds of different aircraft carriers and warships and shit from history, and it's like it's waifus mixed with World War II mixed with ships. And
oh god, it's waifu Italia.
It sounds a little bit like someone's trying to bank on strike witches.
It's strike witches, but instead of planes, it's boats. That's what it is.
At least they're not also furries.
My co-host Andrew Erickson. My co-host Andrew Erickson. This is his trigger because he's a history buff. And bringing this up around him will cause him to murder people. because it's technically historically accurate. So he gets to go through all these, even like obscure, not well known crafts from World War II and such, and see how they've been waifuized, and it just chips away a little bit more at his soul, more and more.
I swear
Yeah.
to God, Andrew's gonna kill himself one of these days.
Like this is a horror. You know what? I've just gotten to the point where I'm not even excited for anime seasons anymore. I don't even fucking care. Oh, it's a new anime season. Oh, we get 20 more shit shows. Whoopee! Yay! I hope they
Cody,
have lots of girls
everyone.
jumping in the air and smiling at me because they're so happy that they don't have a nose, but they want to be your fuck toy. Woo!
And
Just
they don't
one.
have any gravity.
One, waifu-wise is my new favorite word. Two, Cody, you did say you had 2 shows that look decent.
Yeah, JoJo and Durarara. That's all you need to watch.
You cheated.
Just JoJo and
That's
Durarara.
okay, I cheated too.
They're right there. They're right by each other on the list. Just save yourself a lot of time. You can devote more time to your hobbies. You can play a little
I'm
more Smash
excited.
Brothers, and you don't have to watch 10 million shows. When you have JoJo, Durarara, you watch them, bang, bang, boom, you're done. If you're not watching JoJo or Durarara, especially JoJo, there might be something actively wrong with you. So, just watch those.
AW Brawler, you're back just in time. What's your one good show?
Well, there were so many great ones, I had trouble finding any of them that I thought were bad at all. No, seriously though.
Really?
Seriously though.
Well, then by all
For
means, tell us.
me, anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the old Tatsunoko anime. So when I seen the new Yatterman, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. That's my show. Gotta see the new Yatterman. Now, for the bad one, it may surprise you. I know Cody's probably thinking I like this one because it seems like something that right up my alley. Why is there another Strike Witches being made? What is it?
Strike Witches is what happens when the devil rose from hell and say, I want to make it anime now.
Strike Witches is pretty horrific.
I mean,
feel like-
it seems like that.
I feel like one of these, I want to call them assholes, but sometimes they're actually pretty on the mark about how anime sucks. But like the people who like go online and they're like, "Fucking anime! Like, no anime's good." Like, I want to imagine like when I
We'll find out the rest of that.
like a bunch of connections animation studio and then said, "Let's do this."
Jack, are you dead? Oh no!
Anyway,
That was so close too.
yeah, I'm pretty sure like Strike Witch's Japanese name is like Hoki Hoki no Dokudo, and it translates to "We're Japan, fuck you, we hate you."
I mean, I really tried to watch the whole first one, and
Really?
at that point, I would watch any anime.
Why?
Like, you think I watch anything now? I would watch anything. Back then, I even watched a couple of yaoi because I did it on a bet. But now, I'm like, I cannot watch this. I sat through a yaoi and sit through Strike Witches. That says a lot.
You know what? I can't judge. I watched Boku no Pico.
Yaoi can sometimes be really fucking hilarious. I'm saying this as somebody who watches
Some of
it
them are
because
actually
it's
pretty
funny.
good, though.
Some
So-
of them can be funny. Yes.
Don't
And
look at these
actually
funny, it's
touching
not
if they
good.
try hard enough.
Also, they introduce you to really attractive but crazy women. And it's
Yes.
usually totally worth it.
Who are
It's
often
totally
really
worth
on
it.
board with the guys just fucking each
mean-
other in the other room while they watch on surveillance cameras.
My favorite yaoi is Shota Boy and Dorito Face Senpai.
Totally
My
worth it.
biggest problem with Strike Witches,
It's Strike
I'm a person
Witches.
who overthinks
Everything?
First of all, they have like jet turbines just on their legs. How's that not just ripping their whole torso apart when they try to fly? How's that?
Power of waifus.
They're farting. It's jet propulsion through their butts.
No, if anything, they all should fly upside down because the way the turbines are made, their bodies should just lean over and just.
Well,
They
see,
should be upside
that's what
down.
the skirts are for. The skirts provide a balance, so they're just up high enough so you can see what
What
needs to be
skirt? That's
seen,
a
but they
mini
also
skirt. That's
provide
barely any
a certain level of propulsion.
There's
propulsion.
barely any skirt there. It's just there
Shit
so you can see
sucks, yo.
titties. Yeah.
Yeah, Strike Witches sucks.
Shame on you for watching Strike Witches. Shame.
I watched one
on
episode
you.
of Strike Witches and then promptly felt like killing myself.
I like
That
Strike
is a
Witches.
perfectly reasonable response.
You're also trying to be contrarian over there.
I watched the whole
There's
first
always
season. I don't know why I
We
did
all
it.
agree.
Jack,
You know
see if we
what?
can-
I may watch this one just to complain about how bad it is and just rip it apart.
You
Make a
are
video
the only person. You're the only person who could do that because I don't think the rest of us have the strength.
Well, no, I
That's
mean,
all
there's
you,
all the
AW.
I
fat,
survived
you.
loved guys
when
watching it because they like it.
Mhm.
Nah.
All right, Jack, we're gonna try this one more time. What's your good show?
Okay, I kind of also cheated as well, although I don't have high hopes for it, considering remakes and editions of things tend to. But Detective Conan is getting another season, and I'm really happy about that because I am a really big fan of detective things, which is probably, I just realized like a couple days ago, why I really attached to the Professor Layton games, because they're very similar to Sherlock Holmes, very similar tropes, things like that. What's the matter, Cody?
I have no idea why I haven't
Cody,
played
you've got
football.
that face on your look.
Colton, I know you're listening. I'm sorry. No more Detective Conan. Stop. He should have caught up by now and grown back up to his starting age. This has gone on way too damn
Honestly.
long.
It's been on for like 24 years.
Also
It's had,
true.
like, 4,063 episodes.
Rachel should be 40 by now.
Yeah, I will not disagree with that. But I'm
Then
also
again,
of
everyone's always
I'm
saying
also
this
of the
about
persuasion
Detective
I want more content of it, and I'm really hoping that it turns out to be good. I got to the point where I was skipping chapters of the manga just to get to the really heavy, like the actual arc where people were actually starting to realize who he really was, shit like that. And I'm kind of hoping that this maybe streamlines it a little bit more, because the way that animation and anime series are going these days, they'll probably really streamline it. So hopefully they'll streamline it in a way that's entertaining. If not, then I can just fuck off and watch
Jojo.
Speaking of content, since we're talking about
the
Conan, did you see that they got the spinoff, the Kaido Kid, Magic Kaido?
Yeah, and
They have the Kaido
I'm
Kids.
worried about that. I'm really worried about that. As much as I like characters like that, I was really a big fan of the Man of Many Faces back when I thought Clamp was great. But I don't know if he can carry a show on his own, or be centered in a show. I don't know if he could do that. It'd have to be taken very seriously. I don't know if anybody is actually taking anime seriously, or has the funds or the heart to take this shit seriously.
I think there might be one, because searching through all of this, I found one show that looks like it might be original, and I might have to give it a chance. And yes, it is a mech series, fuck off, and it is called Domiger D. And
Yeah,
in a nutshell, it looks like Mazinger with food. It looks like a cook. If you take Mazinger and then put it in a cooking anime.
It's like Toriko meets Gundam.
Can I have this and wrap it up and take home with me?
See?
Oh my God.
There you go. There you go.
I want this.
There's
That sounds like
And
the best.
It looks like it is straight out of a Go Nagai series. So I had to give it a bonus point for that. So that was the one I was able to find that wasn't something that I've already watched, like Aldona Zero or the Yamato movie, and definitely not Fafner Exodus, because fuck Fafner. I liked it the first time when it was called Gundam Seed. And yeah, that was my one. That was my one. The show that made me want to kick babies was this. Surprise, surprise! It was ecchi, a romantic comedy called Analog.
That's about right, because it seems like someone just passed a log and animated it.
Fuck this show. Everything about it. It is a romantic comedy where homeboy, otaku loser protagonist accidentally makes a mistake, and oh no, everybody thinks he's in love with his sister, and wacky hijinks ensue. I will hit you with a steel metal bat.
I bet he has black hair and black eyes and
he wears a dress.
Girl is blonde with long hair and looks nothing like she's not actually related to him.
I bet he sits in the back of the classroom in the right corner next to the window. Since apparently that's where all the protagonists must sit.
Or the left corner.
Or the left.
I really have a question about all of this. Because this is something that I really...
Why do you want to fuck your sister so much?
Because I'm from Alabama.
What the fuck? Why are you the nation of Alabama? What is going on? Everybody wants to fuck your sister or a little girl. What are you doing? Stop it!
I just want to know, who is watching these? Who is enjoying these?
One very large, very hairy, very rich fat man.
I have lots of friends who like these kind, and I hate them.
Oh my god! Dump them! Kill them!
I have tons of friends who just
you actually... No, seriously, I'm totally breaking everything down right here. You actually know people that enjoy this stuff.
Yeah, I have friends who swear that's the only type of anime they watch, like harems and ecchi. But they also go off the deep end into hentai, so they're weird.
AW?
I'm seriously just lost right now.
Rape them wearing a mask of their sister.
To make it worse, one of them is a girl and she only wants to watch these.
You should try and sleep with her.
I think she's looking for attention from the guy. That's what that is.
Going back to a previous thing I said earlier, it works. It totally works.
Speaking of it working, David.
I'm a bad dude.
Why haven't we hung out more?
Not working. Speaking of things working and not working, I did not get to say the anime that made me want to destroy everything about the world and Japan and young children.
I guess you're still not going to be able to say it.
And you still won't. I'm going to give Jack one more chance before we get to the takeaway. Jack, what is the show that makes you want to kick babies? We're going to try and get this in.
Hey, real quick. Say the title.
I'm coming full circle with this. Milky Holmes. Another Milky Holmes.
Oh, come on!
Who is watching this Milky Holmes shit?
Apparently Frank is.
And it's Hyperdimension Neptunia Holmes this time because they're fucking singing some shit. And I gotta tell you one thing. Big fan of Sherlock Holmes. Only time he ever did shit involve music, it was a violin, or he was in an opera house trying to find his fucking cocaine bottle. Because he's a fucking coke addict, because shit rocks. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
I thought he did opium.
I like Milky Holmes.
He did a couple drugs.
Cocaine, opium, a lot of
This is not a joke.
is in there.
I seriously have a headache now. This is not a joke.
Yep.
So
you
let's
should try
just
some
go to the
hash.
takeaway.
Yep.
I'm sensing hostility towards cutesy anime over here. That's what I'm sensing. I'm sensing a lot of hostility towards
when
cutesy
they
anime.
rape one of the kind of mediocre plot-wise, but really.
I like chibis and cutesy anime.
There's no reason for the milk.
That you don't get to. Why are you watching Milky Holmes, motherfucker?
Why is the milk?
AW, I think you owe it to all of us a goddamn explanation.
Why? Do you like? Do you? Okay. Hold on.
Let him speak.
Okay.
AW Brawler, you have the floor.
My explanation is that, first of all, when I first heard about it and I was seeing what it was about, I'm like, hey, this sounds like it could be pretty fun.
No.
And me, the goofy person that I am, it has just the right kind of humor and the right kind of story that it flows with it to make it entertaining to me. So I'm like, hey, this is actually funnier than I thought. I actually thought it was going to suck, but it's actually like it more than I thought I would. It's one of those that I don't know why I like it, but I do, and I know people are going to tease me for it, but I don't care.
AW, have you ever read anything by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle?
Yeah. I've actually read all the Sherlock novels, and like the murder mysteries are like some of my favorites, like Dennis Lehane books and all of that stuff.
And you're aware Holmes doesn't have a fucking deerstalker cap, he's not 4'3", and he doesn't have gigantic fucking eyes and pink hair?
That's what makes it funny.
It's not funny though.
You're an asshole!
Fucking Cthulhu girly, that Nyarko-san. It just, like, let's take some
Teen Titans Go serious.
anime on it.
It's like the people who take Teen Titans Go serious. It's supposed to be a joke.
Teen Titans Go into this. We are not going to bring Teen Titans Go into this because Teen Titans Go is actually funny.
Yes, some people hate it because they compare it to the old one. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be a joke. Don't take it seriously.
It's not supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to make you go ooh goo and buy all their creepy merchandise to spooge on it. That's what it's for. That's what this shit is always for. These little anime girls. That's always what it's for. Is for the creepy Japanese dudes. That's why they look like that. If they weren't for these guys, they wouldn't look like that.
No more semen talk.
It's Japan. There's always going to be semen talk.
I wish that we had unique art style.
I'm like that weird guy in the corner with the Jiminy Sunrise trophy. Just look, I like that.
You are now. You are now.
How
So
fucking mediocre.
tell us, AW
shit
Brawler,
is.
what else do you have going on that all of us can judge you for?
I own every single movie in the Tinkerbell movies collection.
That's legit. I get down with that.
I know that's a joke.
I'm dead serious.
No.
That's
No,
legit.
don't get him. Don't get him.
And you can follow him at AW
Here's the latest
Brawler
one
on
right
Twitter.
here. I ain't even lying.
There it is. Confirmed. 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 You have officially lost Jack.
Oh, wow.
Man card.
Sean Russell of the A3K Network. What have you got going on over at anime3000.com? I hear you've got something brand new as well.
Wow. How do I top that? We always
You have no choice.
We always have something brand new at Anime 3000, but it's still cooking. It's still cooking, ladies and gentlemen. But what you can do is, if you're watching this on YouTube, which you probably are, visit us at anime3000.com. And everyone that you see in this podcast and other episodes of the A3K podcast, we do other things there. And you can check all that stuff out. That's pretty much it for me.
Jack D. Tyler D., what have you got going on?
You could follow me at Jack D. Tyler D. on Twitter. It's pretty amazing because it's not Milky Holmes and it's not Andrew Dobson. So you can tell that it's at least passable. So check out my art that I will be regularly posting on there. I've been drawing a lot that isn't latent finally. More Darkstalker stuff, some rough drafts for the Capcom Unity that I was doing, going to be posted. Really exciting. And I will repost after this podcast is all finished up. I will repost tasty little electro cabaret jam that I made based on Edna and Harvey, my favorite point-and-click adventure game. So after that, it's smooth sailing from there. All right, then. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Jack. Cody Byer, host of The
Hi.
Other Side.
Well, first of all, go read Cloud Scratcher, because I make it, and it's the best webcomic there is, and it is returned from hiatus with a new villain and an all-new storyline. So go read that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we need a little graphic to Cody's album of the week. And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have been doing a sort of a 3-album sort of trip down the lane of one of the greatest musical geniuses alive, the third of the 3 great musical geniuses. The geniusiest of the genius, the whole creates technology to catch up with his brain, Brian B.T. Transeau. And today I told you that we're going to kind of lead up through his works to get to this. This is what we've been leading up to, people, with this album of the week. This is one of the greatest albums ever printed, and this is not among the greatest albums. This is special for a reason that I'll get into. But a moment, ladies and gentlemen, this is an album that will change your life. It is a little ditty by the name of These Hopeful Machines. If you read Cloud Scratcher, you know that I actually did reference this album cover in the Chapter 7
chapter cover. And it's probably the best thing that I've made yet, is that image. This album is pure music in its highest form. Whether or not you're even into electronic music doesn't matter, because the shit that BT does on this album is incredible. Most notably, it is the first album in which he started working with Jess, who has, in my opinion, one of the best and most beautiful singing voices I've ever heard. This album has several songs on it that are, I can't even just call them incredible. The third track, Every Other Way, is what love itself sounds like. It is not a love song. The man has converted the emotion, the physical feeling, not just the concept. No, the physical feeling you feel during your gut when you're in love. That physical feeling, he has directly converted it to sound. Every Other Way is what love sounds like. The emotion, the physical feeling of love itself. That song is what it sounds like. The very way that the song is structured mirrors the physical feelings you get when you are in love. Good God. And it is the first track on the album with Jess. Oh, shit. Now,
Breathe, Cody. Breathe.
And then immediately follow with The Light and Things, which is another track with Jess, which is a fantastic song, just a beautiful song. This track, Les Nocturnes de Lumière, goes to show how much of a genius BT is, because the song is nothing but random noises that he has converted into a song. Even on the actual physical album, he gives like a lot of the technology he uses to make each song and a lot of the programs. And for that song, he lists like a bunch of things he used, and then he says, and a bunch of other stuff, including the sound of a ball bearing falling on a table, the note from a machine that doesn't work. God knows what else is in that song.
For some reason, when you say random noise, I'm thinking there's a llama in the background somewhere.
Well, in the song Paris off one of the previous albums I recommended, he used the sound of a galloping horse to create a drum beat breakdown. This is also he also did a few songs in here with Rob Dickinson, which Rob Dickinson has an incredible voice, and the songs that he does are beautiful. Always is a fantastic song. But the highlight of this album, aside from all these other amazing songs, you'll always be listening to this album and you're thinking, oh my God, these songs are amazing, and then the second to last song hits. People, the second to last song on this album, The Unbreakable, it is the greatest song ever recorded. I'm not using hyperbole. That's not me saying, no, that's my favorite song. No, it's the greatest song ever recorded. It is a technically flawless song that is beautifully composed. The music itself is emotional and beautiful to the point where it will grab you in a way that you might not be used to be grabbed by your music if you're mostly used to listening to stuff in school. Yeah, it is. Someone started playing one of them. We can hear that you're playing one of them. You might want to mute your mic. Yeah, it's this song is, it's 10.5 minutes long, and it's not long enough. I can't even begin. Even everybody that has listened to this song that I know of either agrees that it's the greatest song, or if they can't commit to that, at least agree that it's one of the greatest. I can't prop this song up enough. This album, I mean, the last song on the album is a cover, and it's pretty much just a breather after The Unbreakable. You're going from amazing shit all the way to the greatest song ever recorded in music history. I'm not fucking kidding you, people. And just even as a bonus track, just to add up, because I haven't touched your lives enough. As a bonus track, you may remember an earlier album of the week from an artist named Cell Dweller. I did Cell Dweller's "Wish Upon a Black Star." Well, and I said Cell Dweller is also not one of the great musical geniuses, but definitely one of the best composers in music right now. Cell Dweller remixed a song from this album. He remixed one of the best songs on this album, the intro track, "Suddenly." Cell Dweller's remix of "Suddenly" is, to keep in theme with this episode, it is musical ejaculation. Cell Dweller's remix of "Suddenly" is a musical money shot. that feels like a pipe dream. Like two of the greatest composers coming together on one song like that. Like one great composer made a song and another one of the greatest composers said, hey, I want to remix that song. That feels like something I came up with that I thought would be cool but would probably never happen. And it happened. And good God. I'll post a link to that in the show notes. So if you have any love of music at all, even if you haven't listened to any other album I've recommended on the Album of the Week, for God's sake, check this album out. It has the greatest song ever recorded. There's no reason not to get this album. Yeah, These Hopeful Machines by BT. Holy shit, that's the Album of the Week, motherfuckers.
These Hopeful Machines, your Album of the Week. I'm the host, so I can't do a takeaway anymore. So thank you all for watching or listening. Anime3000.com or A3K TV on the YouTubes. You can see AW Brawler on Twitter at AW Brawler. You can follow Mr. Sean Russell at Sean A. Russell. Cody Byer is at Lord Schmecky. Once again, you can follow Jack at Jack D. Tyler D. Thanks for watching the A3K podcast, everybody. We'll see you next time.